For sale, here we have a Marantz CD-17 KI or Ken Ishiwata edition, which has the distinctive badge of a special edition, the certificate of authenticity, and finally the sticker from the Australian distributor to show that it is a local unit. How does it differ to, say, normal Mark II that's there at the back? Well, it differs in all sorts of ways. For starters, unmistakable copper chassis of Ken Ishiwata designs, and then you have a hardwired power connector. It's no longer a C socket, it's hardwired into the power board. Then we have a toroidal transformer, and then the motherboard is completely different. There's a different decoder, different digital to analog converter than on the standard unit. Everything else is different, although not immediately apparent. The display is different, it's got different segments. Even the drawer, if you look closely, that one is very square, and this one, as you see, is rounded. And the buttons are sort of rounded on it as well, whereas these are flat. So basically everything, perhaps under that cover that I just removed a moment ago, is the same. Now the next question is, well, does it work? And indeed it does. We'll put some discs in, and starters, perhaps at the time of manufacture of the CD player, CDRs were not even in, perhaps they were just an idea. There is we have here a 790 megabytes or 90-minute CDR, so that's 16 minutes longer than the Red Book CD. And does it work? Indeed it does. Read the table of contents, read the play. We have to reduce the power that was full power after the turning it on. Between switching it on and off, it does not remember the volume settings, so it has to be reduced. Now we'll put a special Technics Test CD. As you see, it has interruption layers and black dots from 0.2 to 0.9 of a millimeter, and these look, if I find them, there they are. It's just all reflects. Hard to find. Oh, there they are. Now they're visible. The first is the interruption, then black dots. So we'll put that in there, and I'll reduce the volume even further so that we do not blow the speakers. These are signals at 0 and then plus or minus 10 dB, and that's the first track. And then we go to next. The largest interruption in layer is track 8, which we'll just skip to it quickly. It is probably the most severe test you can give to the CD player. And now we're going to go to track 15, which is black dot, 0.9 of a millimeter. Okay, 13 and 15. So it passes the most severe test you could imagine. The only problem I can tell you is that the CD drawer does not slide out that smoothly, and nothing can be done about it. As the cogs are no longer able to be replaced, they're just not available anymore. They're not broken or anything, they're just a bit uneven, and from what I could see,
And that's really all. Thank you very much for your attention. We're back to music of Ron Carter. This is my first ever vinyl rip.